Hey, TLB, how are you? Welcome. I don't know if you'll be the only one in chat or not. Well, it's good to hear, TLB. Drake. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess I could probably go ahead and tell what the special announcement is, because to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm gonna get too many people in here. Um Basically what I am going to be talking about tonight is the fact that I will probably be not be live streaming. This is probably going to be like the last live stream that I do for a while. Um, Due to the fact of my health. Um, I really more or less want to focus on that than anything else. Um, I mean, I'll be putting videos out and stuff, but I just won't be doing live streams because, to be perfectly honest, I mean, there isn't much point. I know people come to my streams and they'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" and then automatically leave. But I mean, it is what it is. I know everybody tries to support everybody else. Um, and I'm sorry that I haven't been supporting people as much as I should, due to the fact, like I said, my health is not that great at the moment, mental health and physical health. But I am going to doctors to basically try to figure out what's going on, if they can figure it out. Um, you know, I don't want to have to basically stress over the fact, even though I really don't, because it's kind of like this common thing where people show up, say hey, and then leave, or say, oh, I gotta go stream, and or I gotta do this and that. If you have something to do in real life, I mean, that's fine, because hey, we all have our lives to live, you know, we all have um, things that we need to do, that we need to take care of. But don't come into somebody's stream and basically say, hey, and then leave. Because, see, I'm not much of a talker when I go into people's streams. I will say hello, I'll ask them how they are, how you doing, and stuff like that. But I don't normally talk, even though I am there in the background lurking. Um, but I do actually support people, and I am there for them, even if I don't really talk that much in the chat. And I know that a lot of people, you know, when they go to people's streams, that's pretty much what they do. They'll just lurk. They won't say anything. They don't want to more or less talk, which is fine. I mean, I'm right there with them. But to basically come in and say hello and then automatically leave and go somewhere else, a little bit disrespectful if if you think about it. Um, but I mean, I know streaming's not the most important thing. Trust me, I have enough stress to deal with in real life. um, Dealing with my health and dealing with, you know, other things that I'm having to take care of. Um, but yeah, I mean, I know health comes first. Um, a lot of people's health comes first. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is that if if you are a somewhat healthy person and you're able to, uh, if you're able to function in society and you're able to function on a day to day basis, which is fine. If you can do that, then that is great. But then there are some people who can't really function. Um, but I mean, it's not that I'm not giving up streaming forever. Um, it's more or less I'm going on a hiatus, so to speak. Um, so I mean, it's not like technically it's not like I'm going to be gone anyway, because I will be putting up videos. So, and yeah, I know health comes first, and you have to take care of yourself, which I think a lot of people need to kind of take, that advice. Like, yeah, your health is important. You do need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your body, because trust me, I think I've abused my body, especially with food, because I like food. I like to eat food. I'm just that type of person. Um, and another thing I want to talk about, aside from the fact that I won't be streaming as much, but another thing I want to talk about is when people come into my streams, and yes, I know I might sound like a guy, I may sound like, a kid or something. Trust me, I am all woman. As my friend Ice puts it, I have a hole, not the pole. So if you want to go down that way. And hello, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ignore people in chat. I'm just basically kind of explaining what the special announcement is, what, kind of getting stuff off my chest that I need to get off. Yeah, unfortunately, Chris. And I do want to say hello to Badass. Hello, Chris. Hello, Drake. Who else was it? TLB, Manic. Did I miss anybody? And if I did, I am sorry that I missed you guys. Uh, are you sure about Drake? You want to go on the rack again? You must really love it. But yeah, I actually had a comment from, uh, you know, I think it was the last stream that I did, which was The Last of Us, and I finished it, by the way. That was a really good game. I actually enjoyed that. But yeah, somebody commented on there saying that I did amazing work and keep it up, dude. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm not a dude. I don't know if I sound like a dude. I mean, yeah, I have a little bit lower voice than most women do, but I mean, shoot, there have been people in Hollywood, women who have had lower voices than I have, and people don't call them dudes. It's just, but, I'm like, yeah, but I did actually respond to the person who ended up calling me a dude. And I basically said, just yeah, I said, just try to be respectful. I'm a woman. I'm not a man. You know, um, it's not that. Hey, baby, baby Macy. Sorry, I'm getting your name confused. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Um, it's not that I don't really care if people want to call me a guy. I've pretty much kind of, because I usually don't let it get to me. I usually will just say, okay, you want to call me a dude, go right ahead. I pretty much know um who I am. I know I'm a guy. I mean, I'm not I'm a guy. I know I'm a woman. Now if you want to call me a guy, you can go right ahead. I've actually had people call me sir, which I haven't had to correct them. I used to have a webcam that I would show my face. And I actually had somebody who basically said uh, that I look like a man and a woman. So, but no, I am a woman. If I have to basically get down to it to say, hey, I have boobs and a vagina. Okay, I don't have a penis. Yes, that is a actual doctor term of what the doctors use when saying this is a woman, this is what a woman has, this is a man, this is what a man has. And I know we have all this um nowadays we have uh what is it, transgender people, um which is fine. I mean, hey, you want to be transgender, you go right ahead. You have the pride and all this, and which is fine too. You know, it's whatever they want. Um, if they want to be that, then let them be that. For me, I don't particularly. I may not approve of any of that, but that's not for me to judge, and that's not for me to decide. That's for somebody else to decide. But you know, you more or less just in a way you have to take the good with the bad. And I know there's more bad than good, but there is good in this world because there are people out there who actually do care for you. And I think that it is. I don't want to say screwed up society that we live in, which it probably is, but I mean, could it be better? Yes. Could it be worse? Maybe. But yeah, how can we fix it? How can we fix the world that we live in? Um, and a lot of people say, hey, I want to change the world. I want to make the world better. That's a thing. I don't really know if you can. And I do appreciate everybody who does support me, um, and who is there for me, no matter what. Um, it's pretty much, how I see it. I mean, if you're there to support, that's good. And, if you just want your 15 seconds of fame, well, you can go out the door and find it yourself. But, like I said, I'm kind of not going to be streaming for a while. I'll just be putting up videos or doing premieres and stuff. Um, due to my health, uh, I do kind of want to kind of sit back in the shadows and kind of relax and just, do what I need to do to get a little bit better, which I actually am because I am, excuse me, I am taking medication. Excuse me. I am taking medication for my mental health, and I am taking medication for like physical health as well. So, I mean, I'm getting there. It's a slow process, but I think pretty much anybody who, if they have a disability, or if you have, if you're ill, mentally ill or whatever, and you're seeking the help that you need, which is great. you know I think that is great that you want to accept. See, when I having my mental help, um when I started having mental illness, rather, excuse me, I knew I needed help. And so I was like, yes, I need help. I know this isn't normal for me, but what is normal? To be honest with you, what is normal? I mean, what's normal to one person might not be normal to somebody else. But I mean, I guess in a way, what I'm trying to say is people, they have to do what they, do you, I guess. I actually had somebody who told me, why be normal? I mean, the society that we're living in, yes, it might be screwed up, but why are you going to be normal? Be you. If you want to be different, if you want to be kooky, if you want to be a little bit loopy, I would love to be loopy right now. If you want to be loopy, if you want to be kooky, happy, sad, you know, you do you. That's what I've heard. You do you. Um, because I mean, what's the saying? Do art to others as they would have you done to you, or something. Can't remember what the saying is, but yeah. Or judge not lest ye be judged. Hey, and yeah, I try not to judge. I may talk about people, whatever. Yes, I do talk about people. I do apologize. I do apologize if I do talk behind people's back. But to be honest, I think everybody in the world does that, whether they admit to it or not. I don't normally talk about people. It's just if somebody pisses me off, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about them no matter what. That's usually how it is with me. Now, if everything's going fine, we're doing, good, we're friends and all this. Hey, then I don't have a problem with you. But you want to go ahead and piss me off and basically say, hey, such and such did this and she did, if you want to blame me for everything, and yes, I have been getting blamed for stuff that I don't even do. And this has not been happening on the internet. This has actually been happening in real life. Uh, but I'm not going to get into that because that's more or less my personal life. But yes, I got blamed for many things that I have no control over. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess if they want to blame me and it makes them feel better, let them go ahead. Because I know in my heart that I did nothing wrong. Now, I will admit to if I did something wrong, and I'll say, you know what? I did something wrong and I'm sorry, I don't want to be that person. I actually want to be a better person. I don't want to piss people off, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't want to get them mad, you know? And the way I go about that is, if you want to talk to me, talk. And I know everybody has their own problems, and people used to actually come to me to think that I was going to solve their problems. And I'm like, look, I got my own problems to deal with. I can't solve yours. If you want to vent out and talk to me about it, please go right ahead. I don't mind. You want to talk? If it makes it, it'd probably get a lot of things off your chest if you did that. Um, but yeah, I mean, go ahead and vent. I mean, that's one way to get stress out of you. Um, there are many other ways of getting stress out of you, but some of those ways we're not going to talk about on YouTube because we don't want to go down that dark and dirty road, so to speak. and there are some people in this chat that know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, um, it's but yeah, I mean, venting out, and I always thought that if you write something down, like if you're truly pissed off at somebody, and you want to just get it off your chest, write it down. Somebody actually told me that. They're like, hey, why don't you get a book and just start writing your feelings? So I did that for a while, and it actually worked. But then I got bored with that, and I'm like, okay, well, what else can I do? Yeah, I'm doing all right, Bex. How about yourself? I'm just basically telling people that I probably won't be streaming as much because I'm kind of taking a step back for a while due to my health, mental and physical. But you know, and then of course ranting on about pretty much anything, a bunch of nonsense, and but hey, I'm getting it off my chest. I'm sorry that I missed your stream, Bex. What did you stream, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? And by the way, Mick Jevis, you are more than welcome to curse if you want. I don't really care. Um, but yeah. Yes, yes. We do we definitely have demons. Yeah, they are sometimes they are hard to control, but in my opinion, um if you have, and I know a lot of people probably don't want to hear it, and I'm not really going to rant on about it. Um but if you have faith, if you believe, um if you have faith and you believe in, in God and Jesus or whoever, whatever God you believe in, I guess if you have faith and you have strong faith, it will help. Um, I know, Drake, you cannot vent about your rack. Um, but if you have faith and you're very strong in your faith, then hopefully, and somebody actually told me this, that if you are strong in your faith, then the demons cannot get to you, or the devil can't get to you. Um, but I know a lot of people, and which is one reason why I don't talk about religion on my channel. I don't talk about religion and I don't talk about politics because, um, you know, if you have, if you're strong, if you have faith and you believe, you know, um, and you're very strong in your faith with, whoever, uh, God, Jesus, the Virgin Mary, whoever it is that you pray for. Um, but yeah, if you have, if, and somebody actually told me this, which is true. I mean, if your faith is strong, then the devil cannot hurt you. But yeah, I'm not going to get into deep with the religion and stuff because I know half the people come on like, "Oh, I don't want to be, I don't want to talk about this. I don't believe blah blah blah, all this crap." But no, the what I'm just basically saying is, yes, you have demons. Everybody has demons, and they, think, "Oh well, I can't control this and I can't control that." Faith is one thing that you can turn to. Um, I know a lot of people probably don't want to, and they probably think, "Oh, hey, I can deal with this myself, and I can beat this." Um, I don't think that you can. Um, not without, in my opinion, not without the man upstairs. Um, to me, I don't think you can, even if you tried. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I'm strong enough. I can do this." If you're physically strong, but I'm talking about, you might be physically strong, but I'm talking about spiritually strong. You got to be spiritually strong in order to beat demons. But yeah, I don't I don't want to, I'm starting to rant on religion and all this, and I don't want to do that. I'm not saying that it would make my channel look bad. I don't really want to. Um But we all have our ways. I can say this. We all have our ways of dealing with, you know, um, mental issues or dark, as you say, Queen, dark issues, demons, all this stuff. ghost, bad entities, good entities is, it's not bad. The bad entities is one thing that I would worry about. um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want to do, like, I don't want to talk religion, even though I know, I mean, shoot, I could probably get on YouTube and say a bunch of stuff and read from the Bible and all this. And yeah, people would watch, but um I my thing is, if I did that, YouTube would probably take it right down, because I know that YouTube is kind of very sensitive about subjects like that, whether it be politics or religion. So that's one reason why I don't really talk like I should. Now I may throw in something every once in a while saying, "Hey, I know this is religious, and I'm not going to say much. I'll just say this, and you know, go on to another subject." But yeah, I mean, it's 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 just something that I like, and I've always liked. I'm more or less leaning towards religion. Um, but I'm not going to spread the word. I mean, I've noticed a lot of, and I've seen videos of this where people literally will preach in the streets and they end up getting arrested, which I think that, that's not right in a way, but, you know, I mean, it is what it is. To me, it's people versus God. It is people versus God. Um, and that's exactly what it is, because I mean, you're out in the street, you can't even have, it seems to me like freedom of speech um is slowly being taken away. I mean, if you can't go out in the street and start preaching or reading from the Bible, I mean, what can you do? You know? I mean, shoot, they have people, and I actually saw a video the other day about a man who was on this college campus, and he wasn't hurting anybody. He wasn't touching them. He wasn't talking to them and nothing. He was sitting, I mean, well, he was standing rather, and he had a mic, and he had a Bible in his hand. He was reading, and then there was this girl that went there and basically came up and was saying, "Oh, well, you're invading my space. You shouldn't be reading that. Nobody wants to hear. You need to get out of here." And, my thing is if he is not hurting anybody, this person isn't hurting anyone, he's doing his thing, let him do it. Who cares? If you don't like it, walk away. That's what my thing is. If you don't like what somebody says, then you don't have to watch them. You don't have to listen. You can get up, you can walk away, you can flip the channel. Like, well, people don't really watch television anymore, but you know, you can go to another street. It's kind of like if you go on somebody's stream and you don't like what they say or you don't like what they're doing, then don't watch. You can go. There are other channels you can go to. You don't have to sit there. And then, when somebody does that and then they'll comment, "Well, I didn't particularly like what you said," or they'll go on other social media and they'll say, "Well, this person said this in a stream, and he was incredibly rude," or, when the guy wasn't doing anything, absolutely nothing. I mean, it's and I don't know. It's like I said, freedom of speech, I think is being taken away, but I don't know that for a fact. I seriously think that society is just screwed up. It really is. Um, and of course, this live stream will probably be taken down by YouTube because it's like, "Oh, well, you said this and this, and we don't tolerate that." Well, it's fine. If you want to take my stream down, you go ahead and take my stream down, YouTube. It is perfectly all right. Because guess what? I'm going to keep putting these things up and I'm going to keep running my mouth. And yeah, it might get me in trouble and it might put me in jail. Oh well. You know what? That's freedom of speech for you, baby. But yeah, yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of times people don't like what other people say, but that's just a person has the right to basically say what they want to say. Because I mean, like I said, freedom of speech, you should be able to do that. I mean, a lot of people say they'll plead the fifth because they don't want to, um, talk about it. It's kind of like, when a police, excuse me, when like a cop or policeman pulls somebody over and they're like, they know that they did wrong. Like if they committed a crime, you know what I'm saying? And they know that they did wrong, but they don't want to talk about it. Well, they'll usually say, "Well, I don't want to talk. I'd rather, have a lawyer." Blah blah blah. Or they'll say, um, "I plead the fifth," which is fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if, and I know the world has gotten more sensitive because when I was growing up, if somebody kind of insulted you, um, you more or less got over it. Like they didn't do anything. Yep, exactly, exactly. But I mean, yeah, and then of course you have what is known as sovereign citizens in this world. You have the soft and you have sovereign citizens. So yeah, the world has just completely gone to hell. Why? Because there are too many nuts in this world. Yeah, yeah, they love bullying disabled people. They like bullying. Um, you know, uh, well, I mean, they'll bully people who they think they can intimidate. Put it that way. If they can intimidate you, and they bully, then that means that they can bully you. Trust me, I've pretty much had to deal with that all my life. I'm still dealing with it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you have people who are sovereign citizens. You have people who basically are, don't want to follow the law, and they'll say, "Oh, well, this is not what the amendment says." Well, you have to read the fine print. That's what I say. But you know, you, like I said, sovereign citizens. Sovereign citizens actually make me laugh every time I watch a video with the sovereign citizen because I think that they're actually going to get out of it because, oh, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not even driving. I'm traveling. I always love those where they pull them over and they're like, no, I don't have a license. I'm a sovereign citizen. Well, they don't really say they're sovereign citizens, but you can kind of tell. But no, I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Well, I hate to tell you this, but you're behind the wheel. You're behind the wheel. You're in a car. You're in behind the wheel. You're using a wheel to drive, even though you know there are people out there that says, "Oh no, 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 that's not driving. That's traveling." Yep, I'm not driving. I'm traveling down the road. Oh man. But yeah, it's The, I tell you, it's just a screwed up world we live in, and you know, I am getting older. Of course, we all are getting older. Um, but yeah, well, I mean, I'm getting up there. Put it that way, in age. But yeah, I just basically just wanted to come on because I mean I'm not doing it very long. I'm just basically making an announcement, basically saying, excuse me, my voice is getting ready to crack. Um, that yeah, I'm gonna kind of step away from streaming. I will be putting up premieres and videos and stuff for everybody to watch. You're 24 years old. I wish I was 24 again. To be perfectly honest, I can't even remember what 24 felt like. But yeah, I'm getting up there. I am definitely getting up there in age. Although I know there are people who are older than me that will say, "Oh, well, you're just a spring chicken." Well, I don't feel like spring chicken. I basically feel like I'm an 80-year-old woman. I actually, and speaking of 80-year-old, I actually had somebody in one stream and they wanted to know how old I was, and I told them I'm like, I'm not going to tell you, like, because it's none of your business. And they assumed that I was 90 years old. But I mean, you know, I kind of wish that I didn't say anything because I just left after he said that. I kind of wish I had said, well, if I was 90 and I'm moving around the way, I mean, I said, well, I might feel like I'm 90 years old, even if I'm not 90. But the way I move around and stuff, because I'm literally, I have to use a walker to get around because I cannot walk that well. I use a cane as well to get around because my legs don't work like they used to. But yeah, for somebody, basically somebody come out and it's like, yeah, you're 90 years old. Um, I mean, somebody wants to come and say, hey, you're 100 years old. Well, I probably feel like it. Might not be age wise, but yeah. Uh, so, oh, they acted shocked. Yeah. Well, I have told people my age, how old I am, and especially like not on the internet, but like in real life, and they will look at me and they're like, "You can't be that old. You look young." um, and I always say, "Well, thank you." Um, but no, I mean, I am a certain age. I don't really feel I would, you know, like to feel younger, be able to, walk around and stuff like that and walk normally and run and like I used to. But unfortunately, I mean, you get older over time. So, I mean, that's pretty much how it is. Yes, you are correct on that, Chris. We do fall apart at some point in our life. Um, we get to a point where some of us have to be in wheelchairs, and but I mean that's part of life. You have to more or less and shoot. I mean, shoot. I know people who are older than I am, and I mean they're able to get around, pretty well. Um, but I mean the way that they act. I mean, shoot. I know some people, and the way they act is, they might be older than me, but they more or less act like a 2-year-old, um, or a kid. But in reality, yeah, we're kids at heart because, everybody plays games. Well, not everybody, most people. They play games and stuff. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with playing games because to me, that more or less helps me, to kind of get through the day. Playing games or listening to music or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, you meet all kinds of people, especially out in the world. You meet some that, basically can be as nice as they want to be, and then they'll turn around, turn like 180, show their true colors, and yeah, because I've pretty much met people like that. But yeah, I mean, it's just hard, But it's good to actually talk. And yes, everybody, we need to start talking. But see, we're living in an age with computers, phones, tablets, iPhone, whatever it is you want to call them. We're living in a PC world where everybody rather would want to text somebody instead of, sitting down, having a conversation or whatever. Um, I mean, shoot, when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers. We had a land, I guess you call it landline, because you had uh, we had one of those phones, things that were hanging up on a wall, and I mean that's basically how we would, you'd call your friends or whatever, and you go out and you play, and I mean that was our entertainment, is going outside. We actually did have a TV, but we only had like 3 channels. We did have an antenna on top of our house at one point, so. Hmm, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm actually grateful for games, to be honest with you, because I mean, I like playing them. Like I said, they help me get through the day. Music helps me get through the day. Yep, yep. Heads on the phone. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, you got your fingers on like the phone, texting your friends and stuff. I mean, that's what they do nowadays, and they don't really go outside and play, although a lot of people don't want them to go outside because of what goes on. Yes, people get abducted. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but that's been going on for years. Now, they may not have talked about it a long time ago, but, not like they do now. But yeah, I mean, that happened. People went up missing. People been kidnapped and all this. So, and I do understand that as a parent, you don't want anything happen to your kids, anything bad to happen to your kids. And, I can understand that. But I mean, if your kid wants to go outside with the kid. You need to take a break as well. And, just kind of go out, relax, just sit around and watch, watch your kid. Don't say, okay, well, the kid wants to go outside. Okay, well, he can go outside. And then you stay on the freaking computer. But, you know, they would rather their children be um, indoors, so to speak. And a lot of kids nowadays, I mean, shoot, under the age of 13, I think, have phones. So it's like, why? You know, some kids are too young to have a phone. They're too young to basically have a computer. Um, no, they don't, and they don't want to be parents. Some of them don't, and it's just like, you know. And the parent can be indoors. Yeah, exactly. Um, well, some parents don't know how to be parents. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I've seen some videos of where cops will pull over people, and I mean, they'll have the kids in the car, and they're basically either drunk or, maybe smoking weed or whatever. And it's just like, really, this is the example that you're going to put for your kids. So when they grow up, they're going to think, oh, hey, well, mom and dad drink. Maybe we can do it too. Ugh. Eh, that's a sad thing about it. It's like you can't even go outside because other people are gonna be out there looking at you and saying, and trying to judge you for who you are or what you look like. You know what? To be honest, I go outside and I go in public, and yes, people look at me. And what do I don't really say anything to them, but I'm thinking, you know what? If you want to take a picture, maybe it'll last longer. I actually had an old couple um, who, excuse me, I actually went somewhere and I had to use my walker. And then there was this old couple in the car, and they were looking at me, and they had this puzzled look on their face. I knew exactly what they were thinking. They were thinking that what is the world is that woman doing with a walker? She is not old enough to have a walker. I didn't say anything. I just kind of walked on, but I should have basically told them, you know what? If you want a picture of me, why don't you take a picture of me? It might last longer, and then you can stare at that all you want. But and I've had old people uh, when the pandemic first came out and we all had to wear masks. Well, I had a mask that I wore. I mean, it wasn't like the throwaway mask, but I had a mask. And I had a couple that looked at me and they had this puzzled look on their face like, why am I have this, why do I have a mask on my face? But yeah, it's just like, really? See, even old people will judge. I mean, that's kind of sad. I know you got young people and you got teenagers and young adults that basically want to judge you for who you are. But now you got old people. I mean, these old people are the ones who have lived longer and should know better. No, they don't. It's just really sad. It's sad the way people are nowadays. But like I said, we live in a screwed up world. It's the way people are. They're gonna judge you no matter what, even though they are not supposed to judge. Judge not, lest ye be judged. And if you're gonna judge somebody, I mean, hey, the man upstairs is gonna judge you when your time comes. Which, to be perfectly honest, is the only person who is supposed to be judging. Hey, Jay Meister, how are you? Welcome. But yeah, this thing kind of went a little bit over than what I wanted to. But yeah, I just basically, and I'm sorry, Jay Meister, that you came in late. But yeah, I just basically want to say that I probably won't be around streaming as much. But yeah, I will be putting up videos. So don't worry about that. It's not like I'm going away. I'm just kind of stepping down for a while. Um, but problems. Well, I mean, I have problems myself with talking with people because sometimes I don't know the right words to say, to be honest with you. Um, that's one reason why I can't never talk in chat because it's like, what should I talk about? I really don't know what to talk about. But anyway, I think I'm going to end it. But I do appreciate everybody coming by. I really do. You guys are really great. Um, thank you so much for all the support you guys given me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope I hadn't ranted on too much. But hey, it is what it is. at least, at least I have a better kind of outlook now. and I am feeling a little bit better than I have. So, let's see. I mean, talking helps. Talking helps. So, yeah, yeah. I hope that people actually do this more often. Making a podcast like this, which, to me, I think it'd be a great idea. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There is a donation link in the description down below. If you can help out, it would mean a lot. And on that note, you guys be safe, be well, be kind to one another, and I will see you all on the next one. See ya.